Yeah.
But if you want a couple extra points, usually if you got a 3 out of 4 on something, unless it was something that was super obvious, I didn't really make a lot of comments on that. If it was a 2 or a 1, I did make comments on that. But if you go into Canvas and you check under the grades, you can see, like, there's an option for you to click on the rubric, and you can see specifically what you did. And so if you want to fix that and resubmit it, you have until the end of the week to do that. If it won't let you resubmit it, let me know. Do not share it with me. You have to resubmit it to Canvas, because I'm a total idiot and just will not remember to go back and forth to them. I'll just delete it, and then it won't be in Canvas, and then everything will get confused. So make sure you do that. But you definitely can if you want to get an extra point or two. There are some people that could benefit from it. Okay, and I've talked to a lot of teachers, and I've talked to a lot of parents, and a lot of people are saying you need to tell people, like, that I need to say, I want you to redo this. And I have thought about it, and I'm not going to do that. Okay? You are freshmen. I have some sophomores. I have a junior, right? I'm not going to seek you out. That's just something that opportunity is there, and I really, like, as much as I talk about to your face and behind your back how much that I hate you, I want you to be successful. Like, I really want you to be successful. There are so many opportunities for you to do that, and a lot of people in the last month or so have taken advantage of those, and those are awesome. I've had a lot of people redo stuff, and they're getting a lot better, especially if you make silly mistakes. I want your grade to reflect what you know, not how motivated you are. Okay? And if you really understand stuff, please, the opportunity is there, but I'm not gonna say you need to do this. And unfortunately, a lot of people who need to retake them are the ones who just, like, they need me to seek them out. I'm not going to. Okay? I can care a lot, but I just can't care enough for both of us and all of you. Okay? So that opportunity is there. Please take advantage of it. So retaking your performance task, you have that opportunity until Friday. Some people are retaking their tests, and I had a couple people in today. That deadline is Friday, and we're taking a test on Friday. Okay, we're going to have our last test of the trimester on Friday. I'm going to do that and hopefully get them all graded over the weekend so that you have an opportunity to retake that test. Because if we take it next Monday or Tuesday, well, nobody wants a Monday test. And if we take it on Tuesday, there's no time for you to fix that if you need to. Okay? It's going to be more of a quiz, but I am going to give you your review today. All right? Since the test is on Friday, when is the review due? The day before. So get out a writing utensil, write due Thursday on the top of this. Okay? Don't lose it. And I think we're going to try something a little bit new. Due Thursday, write the day that it is due. Okay? So I'm going to change this a little bit. Okay? The first test, I did not let people take it if they didn't have the review done. People didn't take it. Okay, some people didn't take the test. So we're going to change this a little bit, okay? If your review isn't done the day of the test, you're still going to take it. All right, you're still going to take the test. You're going to take the alternate version of the test. There will be an alternate version. Okay? Because I still want to know, you just will take a little bit of a different version. There will be no multiple choice on it. So the multiple choice that's normally on the test will be all short answer. Okay? I also am going to double the point value of this, which for some of you was just 3 points. Okay, so if you get a stamp on it, I'm going to check it Thursday. If it's completed, attempted, Instead of 4 points, I'm going to make it worth 8, so you get a little bit more. Okay? So for just do it, you get a little bit more incentive to just have it completed. And if the stuff's wrong, like, we'll fix it. Okay? But if you make an attempt to do this, I'm going to double the points. Your table of contents will still be worth the same amount. So instead of basically 8 free points, you'll get 12. All right? But you'll still take the test. We're going to do that on Friday. Okay? Hopefully, if I can get them done all over the weekend, what next week will look like is if you're good with everything, you have nothing missing, you don't need to retake anything, you're going to do a choose your own adventure with some sort of topic that has to do with space. Okay, so you're going to say, this is the question, I'm going to find something on it, and I'm going to explain it to you. We'll probably do some sort of discussion on it. It'll be something like, can people live in Mars? How do people pee in space? Do we have any evidence of aliens living out there? That's something that's important. I don't know why you're laughing.
What happened?
This is serious. This is serious business. We don't laugh in this class, okay? Something that's space-related, I don't care what it is, you can do it. You're going to find something very similar to the nuclear fusion thing, and that's it. That's all you're doing. If you need to fix something, then you have Monday and Tuesdays to sort of squeeze that in. Okay? But if you're good with everything, next week is sort of like a show up and breathe week. Okay, and then you guys have Wednesday off, which would be great. Yeah. Breathing is important. Huh? It might. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be an extra credit thing.
Oh yeah, I need them. Yeah.
Then you pretty much just failed to try. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Yep. What? I'm so filled with shame. Okay, so there's that. Just really good on your Pluto files. You guys did a really good job on that. Okay, so that was. It's easier for me to grade things when you do a great job. Although your reasoning was just so good. Because I thought that more stuff was up there. Like I guess that's usually the timeline things, but I thought stuff hung down from that top one. And I got really confused. Anyways, okay. What? Are we good?
Working on the review.
Not working on the review, not taking that. Although some of you do, and I hope that you do because I can take pictures of you.
Have you taken any pictures this year?
Yes.
Can you show me? Try to give me.
I think I have 8 or 9.
Try to give me.
No, that's why we show them at the end of the year, so you can say, ha ha ha, look at the patterns that are forming. It's a lot of 4th hour. It's a lot of 4th hour.
Oh, my friend's in the 4th hour.
Oh, cool.
You almost.
That's not very
Nice.
Yeah. I will just, anyways. Okay, so, couple things. I want to show you this Google Maps in space thing. I don't think that works. Oh, what? It does. Okay. Who's used Google Maps before? Right? Who does the, like, yeah. Like, we looked at, so we can zoom out. You guys want to see my high school? I'll show it to you.
Sure.
None of you do, but I'm going to show you.
Okay.
It's somewhere, in here. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Wait, my house is somewhere. I don't know where it is, actually. McDonald's, that's important.
Plural.
Oh, yeah. Here's good old Pekin High School. Where's Pekin? Pekin, Illinois. Oh. So here's where science is. Right there. And then if you have social studies, you walk all the way this way. You walk through the gym, but you get an extra 2 minutes of passing period. So you're allowed to be late because it's so far away. And if you go the wrong way, you get a detention. Because there's one-way always. So boo. And this is a big hill. So sometimes if people are driving late, this is what they do. They come and they park. If you're a junior, you park here. right? So you walk, skate park, sure. All right, so sometimes people, so you go here, you walk all the way up here, and then the lockers are up here. So people will park over here, and then their parents will follow them to school, and then drive them up the hill, and then drop them off. It takes like 10 or 15 minutes to walk in. It's pretty bad. Yep. Yep. Or you can park in the early bird lot.
What's that place?
This would be a track.
No, new thing. Not
That?
the tennis courts. The other,
That's a pool. Dragonland. That's Dragonland. And I grew up in this house right here.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but
Oh, so you just walk
notice
to school.
the backyard is a parking lot. Rocks in the front, parking lot in the back. And this part right here is why I hated Taco Bell. I used to be a Taco Bell. So we moved when I was 7, and all I could smell all the time was Taco Bell. So I hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Hey, let's go play outside. Cool. I can't. There's nowhere to go. And this was the biggest, Court Street is the busiest street in town. So notice how the water park is right across the street, and I could never go because my parents were like, oh, you'll get hit by a car. And then my mom would be like, please walk across the street. Anyways, here's the whole point of this. You're seeing this, right?
Yeah.
It can go to space. Now here's what's boring, and I shouldn't say this as a science teacher, but like I can go look at this dwarf planet. It's boring. There's just craters and stuff. Okay? There's no, looking at Earth is cool. We've got colors and mountains and valleys and buildings and trees and stuff, right? Way to go. This is just, that's boring. Yeah, they do. They sure do. Right? There's one, I don't know what they're named after. This one is named after the ancient Roman, who cares? Anyways, the cool part of this, the one that I want you guys to look at is I can go through the International Space Station. And this is new. Whoa. Okay? So I can go in here and I can say, hey, where do they pee? Oh, here it is. Wait, it gets grosser. There is, no. Oh, look, that's where they pee.
No.
That's nice.
That is so.
And wait for it.
Doesn't
Where
it
is
just go
it?
back up?
Where is it?
Where do you just go back up?
Oh, water recovery system. This talks about how they filter their urine so that they can reuse it as water on the International Space Station. Yeah, cool. So that's gross. But then you can go through this and you can look at, this is a treadmill, and they put it down and they tie themselves down. So I want to give you guys 5 minutes to take a virtual tour of the International Space Station. If anybody can find, and I don't know where it is, if the first person to find the dude that's somehow on there wins. There's like a guy that when they took pictures, he must have been on there. There's like an astronaut on there, and I cannot find him because I get lost all the time. If you can find him, you win. But look at some of the stuff.
Yeah, you get extra.
No, those are fake. Those are just, sure, you can have a point of extra credit if you want. Right? But go through, there's different sections. There's a European one, there's a Russian one, there's one with the spacesuits, there's one where they like hook it up to receive packages from other random probes. I don't know. There's one called a mating thing. It's not for actual mating, which was very confusing. But I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes just to go through this virtual tour. It was way cooler than I thought it was gonna be. So if you go to Canvas, the first thing that shows up is going to be this, and you can click on Google Maps or just type into Google Maps, okay? Not Google Earth, Google Maps, and then you got to go to the satellite one. You can use my laptop. Go to Canvas, and then the daily agenda you can put in. And I genuinely have.
What's-
I don't know how to do it.
Isn't he holding the camera? So like,
No, it's another dude. That's not my mom. You can see where they warm up their food and where they store their food, and it just looks so not yummy.
Wait, should we go like slide? There's a lot of stuff.
It's a hot mess. Look at all this stuff.
how do you get to?
Zoom out. Maggie, you're a hot
How you
mess.
get there?
Zoom out.
Wait, how do
Go to satellite and zoom
I
out.
wanna go look at
Look at this.
Wait, how do you like goes down like two?
Like, look at this. This just looks like a disaster.
How do you
Zoom out.
No, I'm mid space. How do you pull it?
You gotta click on the side. You gotta click on international space. What is this stuff?
Well, let me go.
What the heck is this? Process identity. Where's the sleeping one?
Are you sure there's a man?
No, that's not.
Wait, are you sure there's a man?
Wait, what the
Yes, there is a man.
How do you know?
Because somebody showed it to me and was like, who is this guy? And I was like, who is it?
I mean, how did they find it?
Not the one in a suit, it's a straight up dude.
Wait, like, is this the normal clothes on?
Yes.
How do you even like?
You zoom.
Oh, I see pictures. Does that count?
Oh, check this out. This is something that I think is cool. So right here, these are the crew quarters, which is where they sleep. So if you look at the inside of it, and they won't really show you, it's a sleeping bag that's like sewn into the thing that they just get into, and then they sleep like this. They just sleep straight up. So here's one, like he sleeps like this. This person sleeps like this. There's one right here on the ground. So they get into this and they sleep. And then there's one on the ceiling.
That is so lit.
Yeah. So when they have the doors open, they can just all stare at each other while they sleep.
I found a basketball.
Right? Which is pretty freaking weird.
It's Bernard. I found a basketball. Does that count?
Yeah, they found a ball. No, it's an actual dude.
I know,
this seems big.
I feel like I couldn't go there because I wake up at sleepless.
That's
or trip
not-
on
Yeah.
my
My best friend, I like stare at her really intensely
Yeah.
while she's sleeping until she wakes up.
That is so weird.
She's like really sensitive to that stuff. I don't want to like.
All that stuff. It just looks like a place that.
How's the kitchen?
Wait, I'm not personally in here.
I want to find this guy. Where's water? Yeah, how big is this?
It's about the size of like a
Dramatic.
6 or 7 room house.
Well,
It's bigger than my house.
are you expecting us to find a
I
person?
don't even know how I have my house. It's so.
Pictures.
went to the wall.
I found hot sauce.
You found it?
Bull crap.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, there he is.
where did you buy?
Go look.
Where's laptop? Where?
It's Bernard.
You guys find it? No, it's not the one in the suit. Is he in a suit?
Oh,
No, that's
here.
He's like actually he's wearing like a blue shirt. It's like where's Waldo?
Wait, did someone find him? Where are we?
Wait, I was in the same exact spot.
Like I have not this place that I am right now. I have not seen before.
Use your arrow.
Airlock.
Here, let me see.
Join airlock.
And
So do I get
Whoa.
a point of extra credit?
Sure.
Because I need it.
Your phone number?
I'm playing.
Where is it?
I'm like right by there.
I feel like I'm by there, but everything looks the same.
Food war, not something that sounds very good.
Oh, don't try the ice cream bar. Oh,
Oh, I've had
I
that.
see-
It's really gross.
I've had
They
it.
like
It's
to pepper
disgusting.
It did like the pepper and
What
the
the
dried
heck? I'm in the same
like
place I
ice
just
cream.
was.
Like, look at that. I feel like I just knocked stuff over.
It looks like my
Where
bedroom.
are you? In space.
It looks like my bedroom.
How do you know where you
Your
are?
bedroom has wires everywhere? Where are you? You're in a trap door. Where is this?
It's a side quest.
What are all these straps for?
What's that?
What?
It looks like my bedroom.
Your bedroom looks like that?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It looks like a fucking mess.
Why do they have
SpaceX.
Bernard, I did not get this. I was stuck in this area.
Why?
Whoa.
Where did this go through walls? What are these? Oh my gosh, they're for the aliens. Actually, you know what? No. That's the thing that they strap everything to, and then they take it back with them. I heard that they like
It's the room with all the bubble wrap.
vacuum seal their fruit and take it
And
back.
then you just go straight.
Why do you look so happy about
Throw it
speaking
out
about
into
that?
space.
You're just like, you said something, but then you're just like.
You're totally wrong.
All right, so we give up. We give up. Nope. No. Sit.
Is this viewer, does it look like it's up there?
Wait, what shirt is this guy wearing?
No.
Blue.
Oh my god.
All right, so
It looks like it's up there.
close your Chromebooks halfway so they know that you're paying attention. I know. All right, so we're gonna start our last activity today. That's our review. Okay, we're gonna start our last activity today. We're gonna get rid of one. So this is actually like on the back of this. This was originally gonna be activity 5. So on the back of this, where I say, hey, you should look at this one. Activity 5 is actually activity 4. This is the last one that we're gonna do. So at some point, if your table of contents is not up to date, you should have 3 activities on there, all under the first understanding. Okay? We're gonna work on starting on the second understanding today, which has to do with this stuff right here. So we can figure things out about orbits, like planets orbit, moons orbit, comets and asteroids and dwarf planets and all that kind of stuff. We all have different orbits. And we're gonna look at the things that influence it. Okay, so we're gonna look at how do we change the motion of objects? One part of this should be reviewed from the last unit. Okay, we did a simulation with the red sphere and the blue sphere, and we changed how big they were and how far apart they were, and so that's a little bit of review. But what we're gonna do is this. Okay, we're gonna look, and I'm giving you a few new simulations. We did simulations on Friday. We're gonna leave those ones. Okay, we're gonna look at some new simulations. Some of these are just fun to play with, and they look kind of like you can make things look pretty. So I can do this one,
Blow 'em up. Yeah.
but if this one, if I leave it for a while, it's eventually gonna make a pretty cool shape. So you can get caught just staring at this. This is the sun, a planet, and the moon, not necessarily ours, but you can change the size of all that kind of stuff. But there's a bunch of presets that are on this, right?
Oh.
I think this one's kind of cool too.
It looks like that thing.
Eventually, some of them will run into each other. I don't know how they do it, but
Oh, it's like that annoying loading system. Like pictures.
sort of. But at some point, they are going to collide and do other stuff. But you can change a couple of the.
What the heck?
Yeah, what? And then that'll just keep going. The yellow one will come back. So listen, we've done this activity every year that I've been here. The first year.
That was completely random.
Yeah, they'll just keep going.
Alright, tornado there.
There's the yellow
Wait,
one.
he's back.
So you guys are still here? Okay, gotta go back. All right. So So the first year that we did this, it was a 8-page, 4-page stapled, like step-by-step, 30-something questions, and I hated it. Because it was very, very, very detailed, and people still ask me questions. And that started, Ms. Bernard hates when people don't read things. It'd be like, what do I do next? Did you read the next step? No.
No.
Okay, read it. What does it say? Do you understand what to do now? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then last year we got rid of it all and we said, go play with these simulations. And people had no idea what they were doing. Okay? So I sort of did somewhere in between. This will be our last one, don't open it yet. So this is what it looks like. Okay? I basically say, here are questions. I want you to answer them. How did you find that information? So I'm not giving you specific details on how to do this. I give you some hints, right? Like, hey, you should change these variables. Look for this kind of stuff. That's going to help you answer it. I'm not giving you very detailed stuff. So what some people are doing is they're spending 10 or so minutes today just playing around with the simulations. Just looking at the different presets, figuring out how to change different things. That's totally fine, and then they're going to answer the questions tomorrow. Some people are going through and they're like, all right, I'm going to do part 1 today. Okay? Leave them shut so that I know that you're paying attention. All right? These are the things that I want you to know, and I'm going to tell you right, I hope that this is the better way to do it. This is what I want you to get from the simulations. Okay? We can change the shape of an orbit. We can change how long it takes to orbit, and we can change its speed at different times. And we can do that by changing this stuff. I'm showing you different simulations that you can play around with the settings, change the mass, change the shape, do all that kind of stuff. But these are the things that I need you to know. These are the things you need to know for your review, and you're going to be tested on. Okay? So it's totally fine that you mess around with the simulations. Just make sure that in the back of your mind you remember why you're playing with them, why you're doing the simulations. Okay? Are you going to giggle because I said the word playing with?
No.
Because I'm trying not to giggle because I'm saying it. All right, so these are the things that you're doing. So you can go through, I would read through what it's going to look like. Some people don't know how to get to the links. You click on it, and that takes you to the link. Okay? This first one is totally review from the last unit. Okay? There's a couple of videos in here. This one is talking about, it's a link from the movie The Martian. It's really good. You want to see that? That David. Very cute. It's so off. I'm awkward?
No, it's so off topic.
Oh, that Damon is. I mean. Come on, guys. Totally. He's really trying. Anyways, so there's that kind of stuff. But question, answer, and then the evidence is something as simple like, hey, when I change the mass of this, I change the shape. Like just you messing around with the simulations and seeing how you can influence the orbits. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna allot you today, tomorrow, right? If you get done with it before, somebody legitimately got done with this in 15 minutes in the second hour. So tomorrow, yeah, some people like work. And then tomorrow, because normally you're gonna have to do your review outside of class, tomorrow she's just gonna spend all class doing your review and won't have to do any of it as well. Okay, so it's totally up to you guys how you want to do this. Here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. This is to be a combination of I'm working by myself, but you can have productive conversations with other people about this. If it's not about this, you can't do it. You're going to stay in your seats, because if I let you move, conversations just all look like me, just completely off topic, okay? It's going to help you in 3 different ways. If you explain it to somebody else, that helps you understand it. If you explain it to somebody else, that helps them understand it. And the third one is, the better your classmates understand, okay, the more of a chance you have for Kahoot extra credit for perfect answers, okay? 6th hour is still struggling big time. The problem with that is there are so many people in here who really understand stuff. There's the most discrepancy. So if you are willing to help each other out, that's fine, but conversations need to be about science and science alone. You got it?
See.
Ready, go. Okay, yes. Yeah, that's it. Stay in your seats. No, in your seats in order. You can use mine. If you need to charge yours, I do also have chargers.
And then now every time I open it, I have to give them a password. No, I used to not have to ever, unless I had to do it wrong.
Yes, you can for sure listen to me.
Like, that's what happened to me at the time. I used to just open it like my sound was right there.
It's called gravity and orbits.
Long story.